Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. This is the spokesperson of the Governing Council and the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the ADF. I want to bring you a very important message, especially for our people in the Great State of Momo. If you are a son and daughter of Momo and you have a funeral ceremony in Momo, you better think twice before you go to Momo. We are also advising, not commanding, but advising all humanitarian actors to halt their activity in the Great State of Momo for the next 2 weeks. The Cameroon occupation forces, some of them who were involved in fighting against Grandpa in Bali. After they have failed to track down Grandpa in Bali, those Cameroon forces have been resupplied and they have now moved into the Great State of Momo. They are targeting our headquarters and our Supreme Commander, General Efang. They are on a reprisal mission against the actions we took against their camp in Mamfe, where we killed 8 of their men and we captured 4 of them alive. So the Cameroon government have ordered their forces to carry out a reprisal attack against our mother base. These forces are coming into Momo from 4 directions. One group on foot are coming in from Widikum, another one from Anyi, another one from Ambu, and another one from Bechati. So they are coming in from 4 different locations on foot. Our people in Momo should be advised to safeguard their important documents and to try as much as possible to move into their farmhouses rather than staying along highway. All construct have been compromised. So expect Cameroon occupation forces in Momo in great numbers and on foot. So we are advising our people to take precaution against this invasion in Momo. It is imminent. Judging from their resupply, we expect this mission to for at least 1 or 2 weeks. So we are advising everybody who is traveling into Momo to be aware of this situation. And for those who are traveling through Momo to also be aware of this situation. That is why we are advising humanitarian activities in Momo to stop for the next 2 weeks. I'll take this opportunity to talk about the incident of Grandpa for Santa, where Idango surrender for Cameroon their intelligence win, because the DDR Center is a place where the Cameroon process intelligence. It is not a disarmament camp. It is a propaganda arm of the Cameroon military and intelligence filtering center. So Grandpa for Bali had compromised long ago. I'll put in front of you some images of Cameroon military men who had infiltrated his camp. At that time, I think 3 years ago, he was on the run. We publicized it and we came under heavy criticism from our friends in the IG. One of our patriots, I call her patriot because I know her heart. She's fighting very well for her country, Madam Gertrude, who was coordinating the camp of Grandpa Bali. We advised them and they could not heed our advice. The problem we have in our struggle is that we have donors in the IG who think that they are in command and control, or who think that they are competent to handle military matters. And in trying to project this leadership, they have made very vital errors and misjudgment, and sometimes they carry into defense partisan mentality. So what happened in Santa is that the Cameroon military infiltrated the camp of Grandpa for Santa. They killed a lot of fighters there. We raised the warning. One of the brothers of Grandpa Santa who raised that alarm is in Douala. He's been branded today as somebody who is an Ambazonian fighter. He's not. He just simply shared with us information that he took from their community chat groups, and we alerted our people about this. My very good friend Silas Zephyr also contacted me during that period, and I explained to him our concern with the camp of Grandpa for Santa. Nobody listened. We put out the warning. There was a group of Ambazonian fighters that we recruited in up Banja Hill, in Banja area. There were 7 of them. We trained them virtually because at that time their Kamanso forces were the program of their Kamanso forces were going on. They could not be trained by our core base, so we gave them virtual training. One of them took this group of fighters into Santa and all of them disappeared. Only one of them survived. So we raised that alarm. We had evidence that Grandpa, his camp was compromised. It all started when they arrested a gendarmerie who is their countryman, and they did not do the right thing. They received bribe to release him, and that is how that camp was infiltrated, and Cameroon agents were now sent into that camp. There is also one Ambazonia who is in the diaspora, who is responsible for disarming Grandpa and convincing them to disarm. 3 weeks ago, our forces went to burn down his house in Upstation, and I refused. I'm going to share the video as well, so that you people can see his house. He has built a house there. Grandpa also was constructing an upstairs a story building, and we had alerted our people about it. It's the same thing that happened with Chacha, where their country people in Douala, they contacted him, advised him to sell weapons that he collected from the ADF, and those weapons got him killed. In transferring those weapons, that is how Chacha was killed. The wife fled to Bafoussam. Money that was transferred to them were used to buy a timper. Even Kadinatumi had made public that information. So our people should take the advice we put out there very seriously. The greatest problem we had was that the DOD that Seseko tried to set up for the IG was abandoned by Sako and was replaced by the ideology of restoration forces that includes a tribal angle of county by county that has exposed our forces from people who know them, who know their family. You cannot run defense with village people and the coordinators, the commanders, the overall commanders of those groups are all people from the same tribe. It does not work that way. In ADF, we do have village people who help in coordinators, but they are not in charge. We are in charge. It is an organization that is properly constituted by our people, but the military matters are decided by the ranks and files of the military. So we must learn from this, and people must take our advice very seriously when we put out information. And activists who are not informed about what is happening on the ground, who are not in touch on the day-to-day management of defense, should be very careful when talking about defense matter, because we have put out critical and strategic information out there, and they have been countered by people who know nothing about what is happening on the ground. It was not only the ADF that were killed. We also have forces from the British Southern Cameroon Resistance Forces that were sent there by Anthony. 5 of them also were killed. Mission that were supposed to carried by the ADF also were abandoned. A4 also fell into that trap, and that is how they arrested them with their bare hands. So that camp have been compromised for a long time. We knew it, and it is because they have exhausted the use of Grandpa. That is why they have publicly come out to catch out to the mindset of our people that he has surrendered. He has been working with them for a long time, and we know that for sure. So our people should be very, very careful. We will continue to put out intelligent information out there. People should not think that this is an intellectual exercise. This is war. This is war. So we ask our people once more in Momo to be aware of military confrontation that will be going on in Momo. The Cameroon military are coming into Momo, targeting General Efang and our core forces in Momo. They are coming in from 4 directions on foot, from Anyi, from Ambu, Bechati, and Widikum. They have successfully resupplied their forces that were in Bali, and they are also involved in this mission. So our people should take special note. Special note to those who are planning to do cry die, those who have burial ceremony, they can postpone it for the next 2 weeks. And all humanitarian activities in Momo, we advise them to put it on hold until these military operations are settled, or we are at least comfortable to change this advice. God bless you all.